Hello everyone. Uh, so last week I hope you got the Docker installed in your system. This week we are going to learn few terminologies, right? What is Docker and stuff like that. So uh, I hope you have the right Docker version for your machine, whichever system you use. I have Mac, so I have downloaded Mac version. Uh, if you've had any difficulties, you can comment and I can help you. So let's go. So why I'm going through this documentation is I'm trying to help you understand it's not rocket science and everything is available. Uh, this is one part. Whatever you're trying to learn, they have everything in the documentation. You have different ways to learn, right? Like videos, visuals and stuff like that. That's fine, but there will be a time where that won't be sufficient, because any video created, tutorials or books, they come after the official release of the application or software, right? And these are official documentations and they keep getting updated, and somebody recording and writing book, that takes time. But if that's how you understand, that's okay too. But whenever you are confused or you want to learn more, this is the place where you come, or you go to the official website. Let's go and look into this. I'll just walk you through, because this is not, you can learn this by yourself. What is Docker? Docker is an open platform for developing, shipping and running application, and developing, shipping and running applications, right? Docker platform. So Docker provides the ability to package and run application in loosely isolated environment called container. We'll learn what is container and stuff like that, and why it is required. Like these things you can go through it. I'll just go over very basic things, few things to learn. What can I use Docker for? Fast, consistent delivery of your application. Docker streamlines the development lifecycle by allowing developers to work in standardized environments using local containers, right? When we do the practical, you'll understand what it actually means if you don't understand the text. Responsive deployment and scaling, running more workloads on the same hardware. So this is good to know. Like this is better to understand right here how the Docker actually works. Docker uses client server architecture, which is how most of the softwares are created. The Docker client talks to Docker daemon, this one, right, which runs on the host machine, which does the heavy lifting of building, running and distributing your Docker containers. So this is what it builds, runs and distributes the container. The Docker client and daemon can run on the same system, or you can connect a Docker client to a remote Docker daemon. The Docker client and daemon communicates using a REST API over Unix sockets or interface. This system does the same REST calls. Another Docker client is Docker Compose, that lets you work with application containers. So this will come over, but the basic architecture is you have a client, right, that does running, building and pulling. Running, when you do the Docker run, what it does, it makes request to the Docker daemon. What Docker daemon does is fetches the images. We'll come and learn about images and containers and things like that. Then it creates the container, right? Where do we get the images from? Registry, right? What is images, what are images, and all those things we'll learn, so don't worry about it. But this is very basic architecture, right? Client makes the call with where client to makes the call to Docker daemon. What it does, pulls the Docker image, runs the container, all those things. We'll learn this. So this is the flow, right? Builds and sends it to the image. We'll learn how to build and all those things. So Docker daemon, what is Docker daemon? This go over these things, right, to learn more. Docker desktop, so this is what we installed last week. Registries, Docker objects, images. So this is basic things. What is an image? Is a read-only template, with instruction for creating a Docker container. What are containers? A container is a runnable instance of an image. This is just template. This is the running instance. It's like in a programming, a class and an object, right? Class is just blueprint and object is what actually does the work. Similarly here, images are templates and containers is what runs. So this is the basic command to run the Docker image. So this is the image and this is running the running your, getting it inside the Ubuntu bash terminal, right? So when you run this, what is happening, it's explaining. You pull, if you don't have the image, creates a new container as container create, allocates the read write file system, creates all those things, the underlying technology. Docker is written in Go programming language and takes advantage of several features of Linux kernel too. So all this is how much you want to learn, right? There are a lot of information, just go over this. But basically what I want you to know today is image, containers, those two things. And this is good to know, but as you grow your knowledge, you will come to know this. Basically you'll understand what this does. So this is the theory today. I'll walk you over the Docker desktop just to see similar things there. So this is a desktop, Docker desktop, right? You install for your system. If it looks little bit different, it might be because of the theme choices and all those things. So images are here, right? So whatever image you pull in, it will show up here. I was doing something else, so it is there. And when you run the image, it shows up here in the containers. At the moment I haven't run anything. And where do you get the image from, right? Volumes are where you store data. It's like permanent storage. We'll go over those things later. And this is where you get Docker Hub. If you can go to the website too. If you do here Docker Hub, it will take you, there are a lot of same thing, right? A lot of images here. So this is same thing. So in the Docker desktop also you're looking at the same thing. So let's say you want to look for some web thing, right? Or image of something. Mostly we see the image Nginx. I don't know Nginx, if you know. This is used to do the web hosting, where you run the web. There are a lot of other servers, but this is the one most of the examples has it. So if we want to use this one, there are which you can run from terminal, but you can do it from UI also here. You can read about it, what it is doing, and all those things here. From Nginx, copy these things, how these images are created. We'll create our own image later, but if whenever you are going to use some image, you can look at this one, and then it gives all the information, how to run, if there are environment variables and stuff like that, right? For now, let me run. When you run, what it does is, if the image is not here, what it does is it pulls the image and starts the container. So this is the image, and if we go to container, it should slowly start, I think. Probably what it did is, okay, so if you go here, images, and let me run from here. I think it just stopped running. It closed right after running, I think. let's see, Nginx container. So if you go to containers, it is running here. Now we'll learn about how do we check this in the website and all those things later. But basically today what I want you to understand is the images is template. What when you run the images, it creates a container. We'll learn how to create images and how to create containers and all those things in the coming days. Try to understand this, try this out, and also you have the website. Try to walk through these things, learn. If there are things that you don't understand, you can ask in the comments. See you next week. Bye.